Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Good morning, good afternoon. Okay, it's noon. It's 12 p.m. on a Wednesday, the 27th of May. I welcome everyone who has joined us today for yet another exciting, informative English lesson. This is lesson number 29. And if you are there joining us today, please say hi. Let me recognize that you are here with me today. So this is lesson number 29. It's English grade 8. It is English grade 8 first additional language. Without a waste of time, let's get started with the lesson of the day. I see a couple of highs in the chat. Thank you guys. Thank you all for being part of this lesson because you are the reason why these lessons are being conducted. Thank you so much for joining us today. You are all welcome. And I hope every one of us will learn something today. We'll become better communicators and we will expand our knowledge and understanding of what we would be learning today. So, yes, this is what we are doing today. We will revise the reading process. Do you remember the reading process? Mm? We did it previously in one of our lessons. Then we are going to apply the reading process when we read the newspaper article for comprehension, and then we will answer questions about a newspaper article. Okay, I see somebody has raised their hand. Who has raised their hand? Okay, all right, there's nobody's raised their hand. So yes, this is what we will be going to do today. Remember that if you have questions, the chat is open for you to ask your questions, and then we will help you with your questions. If you are lost, we will find you. If you are confused, we will help you to understand. Right. But before we go on deeper with the lesson of the day, let us quickly recap what we did yesterday. So in yesterday's lesson, this is what we did. We learned about the key features of a newspaper article. We learned that the newspaper article has the headline, the byline, the introduction, the body, the quotes, as well as the photograph and the caption. So that is what we learned in the lesson of yesterday, the previous lesson. We said that a headline has a few words that tries to attract our interest, and it is usually written in bold letters. We also said a byline, it tells us who wrote the article. The introduction sets the scene and it summarizes the main point of the article. The body provides more details about what the article is about, and it answers the questions such as how and why. Then you have quotes, which talks about what a specific person may have said. And we also said the newspaper article will have a photograph and a caption which tells us about that photograph. So that's what we did yesterday, and I hope you still remember it. I hope everybody understood. If for some reason you are still lost or you need a clarification somewhere, the chat is open for you to answer, for you to ask your questions, sorry, and we will answer them. All right. So you need also to remember this for the lesson of the day. You will recognize this as well. So remember, this is what we are doing today. We will be reading a newspaper article for comprehension. Then we will answer questions about a newspaper article, right? Yes, that is what we would be doing in the lesson of today. Like I said here, remember the reading process we went through in one of our previous lessons, right? And today we will not be going through it, but we will just simply be using it when we will be reading our newspaper article. Right. So reading a newspaper article. So step one, it is which is the steps for the reading process. Step one, it is called pre-reading. So pre-reading really, if you are wondering what it means, you can use what we learned last week about prefixes. That the prefix pre, it means before, right? So this means that pre-reading is what you do before you actually read. Okay, so what do you do? So during the pre-reading, you read the headline of the newspaper article and you look at the picture. So you read the headline and then you look at the picture. So here is our article. I know it is small, but I have rewrote it again in a bigger font, as you will see as we continue with the lesson. So here when we pre-read, first of all, we read the headline. There's the headline there. 200 jobs, thousands apply. That is our headline. Okay. So we read that headline and we also look at the picture. There is the picture there. It is too small. I have a bigger version of it. Wait. Okay, there is the bigger version of the picture, which I believe is more clearer. So so there it is. So in our pre-reading, we read the headline of the newspaper article and then you also look at the picture. Okay, so if you look at the picture, you can really get some ideas of what this article could be about, because when you look at the picture you can see some cars there. It looks like a traffic congestion. Seems like that polo there, the driver of the polo will struggle to get out, as well as the driver of that red Toyota Corolla there. Okay, not only that, we can see another silver Toyota Corolla there. We don't know how he's going to get out. And we can see a lot of people on a queue. The queue is so long, we don't even know where it ends. We don't even know where the queue even starts. Those people are countless. You can see that we can estimate them to be more than 1,000 of people. And when we look at the caption there, the caption says, Tough times, thousands of people queued from Curry's Fountain Sports Ground to apply for 200 leadership jobs with the Metropolis in Durban. Okay, so from the caption there, it does tell you something. Okay, remember here we have not started to read. We just pre-reading, so we are just trying to get an idea of what this newspaper article could be about before we start to read. Okay, so the advantage of this is that it helps you to have a background knowledge. Okay, it is like with you, before you watch a movie you do not know on TV, you will press that info button and you will read there. So there they will tell you what that movie is all about. So when you read there, even though you have not watched the movie, even though you have not really watched the movie before, but you will have an idea. So that idea will become your background knowledge. It will become your interest. And when you watch the movie, you will watch the movie with that background knowledge, with that interest that you should have. And therefore, that will help to make the movie more interesting for you. And it will also help you to watch the movie with enthusiasm and to really focus on that movie. So it is the same even with our reading. By doing this, we will have some background knowledge of, okay, we think that this article, it is about many people wanting to apply for jobs. Okay, so at least that really informs us. Okay, yes. Okay, I see there's some comments in the chat. Let me get to them. Right. So Tyrese says, I have an idea of what it is about. Yes, Tyrese, from the pre-reading, you would have an idea of what it is about, even before you start to read. Okay. Helene is asking, so these people are fighting for a job or what? Hmm? That is an interesting question, Helene. We will read the article so that we find out what is really going on. But from the pre-reading, that is the question which comes to mind. Okay, so Leslie S says, on a newspaper article, do you have to put the date and the time it was written? Yes, Leslie S. Remember that news are not like facts, it is not like your math textbook. Your math textbook doesn't have dates, because 1 plus 1 is 2 in 2020. Even in the next 100 years, 1 plus 1 will still be 2. So we do not need to have dates over that. But with newspaper articles, because it is news and news change every day, therefore the date is very, very important. Okay. And you will see, even in our article, there is a date. You see there is a date. You know that this article was written by Melissa Mungru, and it was written on September 9, 2009. Okay, so you realize that this really it was an article from an online newspaper. Therefore, you will realize that if you did the homework yesterday when I told you to go through News 24 and other news sources, you will realize that this is how they write articles. It will tell you who wrote the article, and it will tell you the date as well as the time when that article was published on the online web page. Right. So let's see. Okay, Tyrese thinks there are not enough jobs for everyone. Okay, we will see that when we read the article. Okay, yes. So you can see, guys, that by doing your pre-reading, it makes you to be more interested into what you will be reading, and because now you'll be knowing something, then it won't be difficult to understand the article. Okay, because this is like this, guys. If I teach you something you do not know anything about, chances are you'll not learn anything. Okay. So if right now I come to you, I want to teach you about a supercomputer, and you have not heard of a supercomputer before, chances are that you will never understand what I'm trying to teach you. But if but if I say something that you should already know before, then what you know becomes your background knowledge, then it becomes a foundation from which I can use to teach you. Okay, so it is the same with a newspaper article. By doing your pre-reading, you are building yourself a background knowledge that which you can use to build your understanding of what you are going to read. Okay, yes. So pre-reading, like I've said that other time when we did the reading process, it is not only about the newspaper article, but also in your textbooks. Okay, if you are reading a new chapter, just do the pre-reading first, because it will help you to better understand what you are going to read when you will actually be reading. All right. So you scan the first paragraph and you answer the following questions. Okay. What is this article about? So so you ask yourself the following questions. What is this article about? Where did these events happen? When did they happen? Is this article written in paragraphs or columns? So okay, let us do that. Let us scan this the first paragraph. Okay, so the article looks like this, but since it is too small and blurry, I had to retype it so that the font is bigger and all of us can be able to read it. Okay, so there is the first paragraph. Okay, so that is what we are going to read right now. We are still on the pre-reading, so we read the first paragraph only so that we can just get an idea. Remember yesterday I said the first paragraph is the introduction, and it tells us the main point or the main idea of the article. So even if we read this first paragraph only, we will get the main point of this article. So let us read. So is there anyone who would like to read for us? Please raise your hand. If you can see it and you would like to read it for us, please raise your hand and I will give you an opportunity to read for us. Can somebody raise a hand? Someone to read the first paragraph for us, please. Somebody, anybody?
So, so,
Okay, Nkanka, yes, you can read the first paragraph for us, please.
okay. Thousands of people queued from Curry's fountain sports ground all the way up John Zicali Sydenham Road in Durban this morning to apply for 200 learnership jobs with the Metro Police.
Thank you so much, Nkanka. Thank you so much. Wow, you read that so well. Thank you for reading the first paragraph for us. So Nkanka read for us, okay? And from where she was reading, then we are in a position to to answer these questions, okay? To know what this article is about. Now we know that okay, it's about 200 people. It is about people who went to the Fountain Sports Ground to apply for jobs, okay? Where did these events happen? We learned that they happened in Durban. When did they happen? When did they happen? It is in the year 2009. And is this article in paragraphs or in columns? I think as you have seen, it is in columns, okay? So now we are done with our pre-reading. So now we are going to go to our actual reading, okay? So this is when we are going to read the actual article, okay? So since this article has 10 paragraphs, I will give the 10 of you an opportunity where each one of you will read one paragraph for us. Okay. So in reading, we are going to look out for the main ideas in the text as you read. Okay. So here, one thing I would like to say is, if you read it for the first time and you do not understand, please do not be discouraged. Please do not be frustrated, okay? It doesn't say anything about your intelligence. It doesn't say anything about your cognitive ability, but that is how we are, you know. Sometimes you have to read something once, or you have to read something more than once to understand it. It is like when you watch a movie, you know, the first time you watch a movie, fine, you will understand the movie, you will enjoy the movie. But if you can watch the movie the second time, you would realize that there are some scenes that which you didn't see. There are some scenes that which you missed out on the first time when you sorry, you will realize that there are some scenes you missed out on the first time when you were watching the movie. So it is the same thing also with reading, okay? Yes. So now we are going to read the article. Let me go. Yes. So the article starts here. Okay. So Nkanka has read for us the first paragraph. Thank you so much. So now I see there are a couple of hands which are raised. So I will choose them. Okay. So I'm going to choose Helene. Helene's hand is up, so I'm going to choose him.
So can you hear me?
Yes. Please read for us the second paragraph.
Okay. The job seekers, the majority of them in the uh, sorry. The job seekers, the majority of them in their early 20s, carried umbrellas, blankets, CVs, and jackets as they traveled from Verulam, Kwama, Kwamakutha, Tongat, Inanda, Umlazi, and other parts of the eThekwini municipality.
Thank you so much, Helene. Thank you so much. Can you have the next person to read the third paragraph for us? Okay.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Tristan.
Okay. Many were standing in the queue before midnight. Metro police struggled to control the crowd with people walking in the street and obstructing traffic.
Thank you so much, Tristan. Thank you for reading so wonderfully. Next, to read the fourth paragraph, we will have Lesedi. Lesedi S, please read for us.
Hello, sir.
Please read for us paragraph number 4.
Yes, sir. We were expecting a large crowd of applicants and had planned for this event to avoid any chaos, said
Chaos
Choice
is correct.
chaos,
Yes.
said Choice Joyce Kuzoeo, spokeswoman for Metro Police.
Thank you so much, Lady S. Thank you so much for reading. Wow, you guys are really good readers. Eh? I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. So, who will read number 5, paragraph number 5? Okay, Ariabezwi can read for us paragraph number 5.
The application procedure started today and will continue until Friday, with people between the ages of 18 and 30 allowed to apply.
Thank you so much, Ariabezwi. Thank you. Okay, paragraph number 6. Can we see a hand? Can somebody who has not raised a hand before raise a hand? Let me hear your voices, guys. Let me hear your voices. Can somebody else raise a hand? If you have not raised a hand before, can you please raise it? I'm looking for someone to read paragraph number 6. Don't be scared, guys. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. We are all in this together. Somebody, please raise your hand. This thing, it is very fun. It's more enjoyable when you raise your hand, than if I would have to choose you. And I don't want to choose anybody. Please raise your hands. Okay, we have Mike. Mike, please. Okay, let Mike go first. Mike, please read for us paragraph 6.
We expect to process all applications by the end of this month and thereafter start the selection procedure based on IQ test and physical fitness tests, she said.
Thank you for reading so wonderfully for us, Mike. Preston Force, can you read for us paragraph number 7? Preston Force.
So can you hear me?
Yes, Preston Force, you can read for us paragraph 7.
The interviews will
Pre-
then commence, and successful candidates will undergo full training to become Metro Police officers.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, remember I said there are 10. So who's next to read paragraph number 8? Somebody to read for us paragraph number 8. Paragraph number 8. Can you have a new hand, please? Anyone, please, anyone. Guys, please don't be scared, just don't be scared, just relax and read, No one is going to laugh at you. We know you are all good readers. If then it happens that you are not reading well, it's okay. Please read. We will correct you where you make mistakes. Remember, we are at school. We are here to learn. We are not here because we know. We are not here because we know things, we know everything, but we are here so that we can learn, okay? So that we learn how to read, we learn how to write, we learn everything that we are learning, okay? So who's next? I do not want to read the article, guys. I want to give you a chance. This is one of those lessons where we really get a chance to really collaborate, okay? Yes. Okay, so I do not want to unmute anybody, without raising their hands. So please, okay, seems like there are no new hands. So anybody who has raised their hand before, they can raise your hands again. It's okay, it's fine, because we will run out of time waiting. There's still questions which we will need to answer. Okay, Helene, you can read for us paragraph number 8, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Please go ahead.
Okay. We're reading paragraph 8, right?
Yes.
Okay. Kuzwayo said the trainees would be tested on the knowledge of the Road Traffic Act and criminal law and procedures. The learnerships are being offered to train people in time for the 2010 World Cup. A fight broke out this morning as some tried to jump the queue.
Uh-oh. Wow. Thank you so much for reading for us, Helene. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
sir.
Can you have, let's have Tristan to read for us paragraph number 9. Tristan, please take a deep breath. Paragraph number 9 is a very long one.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. The first people at the head of the queue, brother and sister Simpiwe Musango 21 and Bongile Ngobana 23, arrived at Curie's Fountain at 4 p.m. yesterday. Musango said
Mhm.
he wanted to join the Metro Police because he wanted to fight crime. Ngubane said there is an increase in crime and no one is doing anything about it. She said they were soaking wet because it had rained during the night and they had not eaten yesterday. Mto Mtole Sabele 29 from uh, Amanzimtoti was
Amanzi
in
yes.
the queue at midnight. She heard about the va- vacancies
Vacant.
from the friend. I am unemployed and I was attracted by the job because of medical aid and provident fund benefits, she said. She said she was told to fill in a form today and Metro Police would call her for the physical test if she was successful.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tristan. Thank you so much. Okay, so who will have the last paragraph, paragraph 10? Paragraph 10, okay. I see Lesedi S will have it for us. Lesedi S, please read the last paragraph for us.
Yes, sir. Rumani Sibia 23 from Adam's Mission, who tried to entertain those around him with jokes, said he wanted to be a cop so that he could make sure people obeyed the rules of the road. I have a job and am looking for something better, he said. Sibia joined the queue at 2 a.m. and came prepared with his blanket. This article was originally published on page 1 of Daily News on September 9, 2009.
Wow, thank you guys. Everybody who was reading, I thank you so much. Thank you. You guys are really good readers, and one thing about reading is that the more you read, the more better you become at reading. You will get to a point where you will not be able to tell the difference whether you are speaking or reading. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for reading. I've seen that you guys are excellent readers. Okay. Thank you so much. And so what we were doing now was step 2, which is reading. So okay, let me go to the slide. Step 2, which is reading, that is when we were reading the article so that we can get everything. Okay, so we know what it means and things like that. So sometimes, if necessary, you reread the article and you try to work out the meaning of new words from the context and other cues such as punctuation and pictures. Okay, so when you were reading here, were there any words that which you didn't know what they mean? So guys, for today's lesson, I will be giving you an opportunity to raise your hand and answer when I ask you a question, okay? Because if we text in the chat, we will run out of time. So today we will be speaking, okay? So yes, my question is, was there any words that which you saw in the article that which you didn't know? Okay, I see no people saying nope in the chat. Okay, okay, good, good. That's good. That's good. That's good. I'm so proud of you guys. You really are wonderful readers. You really are good readers. Okay. So now that we are done reading, we go to the last step, which is post reading. The last step number 3, which is post reading. So in post reading, this is something that which we usually do at school, that after we give you something to read, we will ask you questions about it. Okay, so this is something you will come across in your tests, in your exams, and as well as some class activities. So today we are going to go this together. Remember, every question I ask, if you want to answer, raise your hand. We'll give you an opportunity to answer your question. Okay, we will not be answering with the chat today because we will be running out of time. Okay, because for obvious reasons, we speak at a pace which is faster than we text. Okay, so yes. All right, so we are on step 3, which is post reading. In post reading, you answer questions about the newspaper article. Okay, and I happen to have those questions, and we will go through them together. Okay, yes. So right. Okay, before we answer those questions, I think it will be a good idea to read the article again. Okay, because remember, we only read it once, so chances are there are some things we may have missed. Okay, so let us read it again so we can be at a better position to answer those questions. So paragraph number 1, who will read it for us? Let us be quick so that we can still have time to answer the questions. So please raise your hands so that we can read the article again. Okay, here is what we're going to do. I will read the article. I will read the whole article myself. Then after that, I'm going to ask you questions. Then you will have to raise your hands to answer those questions, right? Let me read it. Let me read quickly. Okay. So thousands of people queued from Carey's Fountain Sports Ground all the way up John Zikali Sydenham Road in Durban this morning to apply for 200 learnership jobs with the Metro Police. The job the job seekers, the majority of them in their early 20s, carried umbrellas, blankets, CVs, and jackets as they traveled from Verulam, KwaMakuta, Tongaat, Inanda, Umlazi, and other parts of the eThekwini municipality. Many were standing in the queue before midnight. Metro Police struggled to control the crowd with people walking in the street and obstructing the traffic. We were expecting a large crowd of applicants and had planned for this event to avoid any chaos, said Joyce Kuzwayo, spokeswoman for Metro Police. The application procedure started today and will continue until Friday, with people between the ages of 18 and 30 allowed to apply. We expect to process all applications by the end of this month and thereafter start the selection procedure based on IQ tests and physical fitness tests, she said. The interviews will then commence and the successful candidates will undergo full training to become Metro Police officers. Okay, Leslie S has raised the hand. Let's hear what. Leslie S,
Sir?
yes, I see your hand is up.
Yes, sir. I would like to read
Yes,
paragraph 8.
which
Kuzwa
paragraph? Okay, thank you so
8.
much. Go on.
Yes, sir. Kuzwayo said the trainees would be tested on their knowledge of the Road Traffic Act and criminal law and procedures. The leaderships are being offered to train people in time for the 2010 World Cup. A fight broke out this morning as some tried to jump the queue.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Lucidi, for interviewing to read for us.
Yes,
So
sir.
we have another. We have another volunteer, Helen. Okay, Helen, please read for us paragraph 9. Helen,
Sir?
paragraph 9, please. Yes, you can
Okay,
read.
sure. The first people at the head of the queue, brother and sister Simpiwe Msimango, 21, and Bongekile Ngubane, 23, arrived at Curry's Mountain at 4 p.m. Yesterday, Msimango said he wanted to join the Metro Police because he wanted to fight crime. Ngubane said there is an increase in crime and no one is doing anything about it. She said that they were soaking wet because it had rained during the night and they had no eaten since yesterday. They had not eaten since yesterday, sorry. Nonclear Sabela, 39, from Amanzimtoti, was in the queue at midnight. She heard about the vacancies from a friend. I am unemployed and was attracted by the job because of medical aid and Provident Fund benefits. She said she was told to fill in a form today and Metro Police would call her for a physical test if she was successful.
Thank you so much. And Tristan, please read for us the last paragraph, paragraph 10.
Okay. Um, Vumani Sibaya, 23, from Adam's Mission, who tried to entertain those around him. Jokes, he said he wanted to be a cop so that he could make sure people obeyed the rules of the road. I have a job, and I am looking for something better, he said. Sibaya joined the queue at 2 a.m. and came prepared with his blankets. This article was originally published on page 1 of Daily News on September 9th, 2009.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So we are left with a few minutes. So we are going to use those few minutes to answer questions. Yes, right. So the first question, remember, if you want to answer, raise your hand and I'll give you a chance to speak. Okay. Number one, why did the journalist write this article? Okay, I see there are no hands. Remember, guys, we are on the post-reading step. So on post-reading, that is when we answer the questions, okay? So, okay, because we are running out of time, we will let these, okay, take screenshots of these questions and we will do them and you do them as homework, okay? So those are the questions. So those are the questions, guys, for the article, and we will do them as homework, and then we will do some corrective work on them. Okay. So here are the questions. Please take a screenshot. Did everybody take a screenshot? Did everybody take a screenshot? Right. So there's still more questions. Here they are. Here's another page of questions. So please take a screenshot of it, guys. Yes, I hope I gave you enough time to take screenshots. Remember, I hope, okay, now let me give you an opportunity. Remember, you also need to take the screenshots of the article, okay? But it is okay, you can, okay, this will be on YouTube as soon as after the lesson ends, okay? So this will be your homework. Please answer please answer these questions, okay, so that you can test your understanding of this article, okay? So this lesson really not only does it test your understanding of this article, but what it also does is it also It is also a way, to really gauge your reading skills, okay, to see where you might be having weaknesses in reading, to all those things, so that we can be able to address those things, okay, to address those challenges you may be having. All right, okay. So this is so yes, those are the questions, you have to answer them. So what we will be doing is that tomorrow we will do corrective work on this, okay. Tomorrow we'll do corrective work on this newspaper article, and I will also take whatever question that which you may be having, whatever problem that which you may be having. If perhaps maybe you have reading challenges or reading problems, then we would attempt to resolve them, okay. Yes. So okay, this is the first slide of the article, so please take a screenshot so that you will be able to read again, so that you will be able to answer the questions of the homework. Remember to take a screenshot of the article. So this is the first slide of the article, and the second slide of the article. So this means you should be having two slides of the article as well as two slides of the questions, okay. So okay, because we ran out of time, I'm only left with 3 minutes, okay. So yes, this is what we are going to do today, guys. Please read the article, you owe yourself to read it and to answer those questions, and tomorrow we will go through them, okay. Remember guys, reading is a skill, and like any other skill, you only get better at it when you do it, when you practice, okay. So reading is just like any other skill that which you have, okay. All right. So okay. All right. So that is all that we should will be doing, okay. So tomorrow we will so tomorrow we will just do all these things, okay. Tackle all these questions. If you have a question, go over the reading process, everything, because this is a very critical skill, because next week we will be doing some assessments, okay. And I want to prepare everybody, that everybody be there at so that everyone will be at their best when we'll be doing the assessments next week, okay. So please guys, everybody do the homework, read, okay. I see some comments in the chat, people saying they had fun in the lesson. Thank you so much, guys. This lesson was fun because of your participation. Thank you so much for being a part of it. It would not have been as enjoyable, as fun, as informative as it would have been if you were not participating, okay. Yes. So even though the lesson is over, the conversation is not, okay. So you can still talk to us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Use the hashtag lockdown is school. Remember guys, please use the hashtag to speak to us, okay. Remember also my my handle at Twitter, okay. If you have something to say that which can really improve our lessons, please use my handle on Twitter. Speak to me using my handle on Twitter, right? There is my Twitter handle there. Speak to me there, and then so that I can become a better presenter, a better teacher for you, so that you will benefit to the maximum from the lessons that which I am giving, okay. So let us all meet tomorrow. Please do your homework. It's going to be good, it's going to be great. We are going to have fun and learn while we are at it, okay. So from us here at STEM Lockdown Digital School, I love you all, guys. I love you all. Thank you so much for making this a very, very wonderful lesson. I love you all. Keep well. Take care. Goodbye. See you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Bye bye.